a lot about this thing called post-traumatic stress disorder.
This wartime disease.
This combat fatigue diagnosis.
And we read something worth sharing.
Fact. Urban youth are twice as likely to get post-traumatic stress disorder than soldiers who are coming home from war. So tell me, what is the difference between homicide in the streets and bloodshed on the battlefields of Iraq?
A battalion of young soldiers who meant to sign up for the football team and not the military.
They're wearing black RIP hoodies like the triangular folding of this country's flag.
A gift to the mother of the fallen.
The only difference there is between a tank and a police car is the speed at which innocent civilians can run when profiled.
So those new Jordans you're wearing double as a fashion statement and combat boots. Purple hearts that my students wear every time they are wounded at war on their own streets. The way police sirens sound too much like oncoming missiles.
Like the police lights don't mean to look like flash grenades.
Like the night doesn't mean to camouflage their skin into enemy soldiers.
Like you have no idea what it feels like when your own home is the last trench placed well behind enemy lines.
Like how do you sleep when gunshots are your bedtime
When the
stories?
diary of Anne Frank feels a little too close to home, the troops always come a-knocking. AK-47 is just another way to identify the apartment number of the boy who just wants to make it to the bus stop tomorrow morning. This is all making so much sense right now.
Why I continue to confuse my mother's hugs for a straitjacket every time she touches
How my
me.
students are starting to resemble the aftermath of a promise, broken at the knees,
lined up for duty, sitting in desks,
waiting for what will come first, death or the school bell.
It all comes down to simple arithmetic if you ask me. Watch when you watch one 13-year-old witness as 3 of his homies get their brains blown away on the corner of where the avenues meet the flats in the span of 1 month.
How much will it cost before we stop wondering why he doesn't give a shit about school?
When is this teacher gonna stop sending him to the principal and start sending him to the counselor?
Why did we fire the counselor? What happened to the art classes, to PE and health center? Because trauma is an STD, a socially transmitted disease, meaning my trauma is your trauma, her trauma is mine, and that's what it means to be in a community. The only difference there is between a soldier with PTSD and one of my students with it is that a soldier gets to leave the battlefield while my kids go home to it.
So if they never really exit the trauma
And cycle through the cacophony like the broken record of a drive-by that never really ends,
then they don't really have post-traumatic
none
anything.
of them are living long enough to tell their own stories.
And for those who do, they'll grow up hallucinating themselves into thinking that every touch that comes into contact with their skin is actually a lieutenant colonel
dressed in camouflage, with a boot to their neck, and a semi-automatic pointing to the backs of their heads, resisting the urge to pull.
Give it up for the Poetry Lounge.